So, go back to some ancient history, early ideas about the building blocks of matter. Leucippus and Democritus lived back in the 5th and 4th centuries BC. Anybody heard of these guys? These are not people that were covered in my ancient history classes in school. They were the first to propose that matter was composed of indestructible particles, and they gave those particles the name atoms, atomos. Democritus wrote, "Nothing exists except atoms and empty space. Everything else is opinion." So they proposed that there were many different kinds of atoms, and they had different shapes and sizes. They moved randomly through empty space. They actually were quite correct. Plato and Aristotle, have you heard of those guys? Yeah. So Plato and Aristotle said, nah, we don't think that's right. Matter doesn't have any smallest parts. The different substances are composed of various proportions of fire, air, earth, and water. Well, is that correct? No, it's not. But back at this time, there was no way to experimentally test these ideas. And so really, this is not science, this is philosophy. This is people thinking and reasoning about the natural world. So Aristotle was more influential in his time, and so people believed what he said. And science was set back 2,000 years, right? Later, the scientific approach, which we talked about in chapter 1, was developed where we come up with a hypothesis and then we test it with an experiment to see if it's true, and we get more information from that, and we can refine our ideas, and we have evidence to demonstrate whether our ideas are true or not. So John Dalton, he's the one, we had the quote on the first slide. He lived in the late 1700s, early 1800s. He offered convincing evidence that supported those early atomic ideas, but then the debate continued until 1905 when Einstein explained what Brownian motion was.